Hey guys, welcome back to my craft room. So today is another craft room chat because it is Sunday. So this past live stream, well, not last night's live stream, but the live stream on Thursday, I think. My days kind of blur together, mainly because I do all my filming at night and then I upload it as soon as I'm done with it, so it ends up being the morning, but it's like 2 in the morning, so it's still technically I know, it's screwed up, but it helps me kinda, I guess, keep my days straight, but then again it doesn't. So today for Craft Room Chat, because we just did the live stream on how I make my digital stamps, we are going to talk about deciding how do I decide which stamps I'm going to buy, which this includes digital stamps and rubber, clear stamps, wood-mounted stamps, any kind of stamp you can think of. This is how I decide. This is kind of the thought process I go through to ultimately decide, do I want to buy it? And then sometimes I just say, heck with it, I'm buying it anyway. So sometimes this doesn't even apply to me. But this is kind of my process. And the first kind of um, point, I guess, that I bring up to myself is who owns this company? What kind of person is putting this artwork out there? Like, what are their opinions, thoughts on the crafting community? Because these kinds of things ultimately, well, normally they make my decision a lot easier, because a lot of the times people do not support the crafting community the way that I want them to. I know I'm kind of hard on people when it comes to the crafting community because I expect a lot, and because we're all people, so they should be, being nice to us and not trying to trick us or trying to just take our money. I kind of look for people or companies that actually see us as people and kind of take our interests into play and not just, oh, what's the next great thing that's gonna make us money, you know? So that's kind of one thing. Also, if they've treated me poorly, then I know that, of course, I'm not going to buy from them. So that kind of narrows some things down. Um, and like, because a lot of times, like, digital stamp people, creators, are a part of Facebook groups and things, and there's sometimes that they say some pretty nasty things. And I mean, ultimately I can see where they're coming from, but that's not something I want to be associated with. That's not something I will, you know, kind of buy into. It's kind of putting my money where I think it'll go the furthest in the crafting community, and hopefully I'm, judging right. I hate to say that I'm judging, but that's kind of how it is. Another reason or another point to look at when I'm buying a stamp is workability or versatility. If a stamp is just cute, but I can only use it one time on one card, I generally will not buy it. I love versatile stamps. Simple shapes like the leaves. I can use that as a strawberry leaf. I can use it as, a border across the page. I love versatility. You guys probably have seen this in my videos a lot. You'll see me use my stamps so many times because I love being able to turn them into things that I never would have thought of if I wouldn't have, started working with it. So that is a great way to kind of look at your stamps and be like, is it going to work for me in multiple ways? And of course, I might buy the stamp anyways if I'm just going to buy it for one thing because it's cute. So it kind of depends. And then kind of my last point of, you know, filtration, I guess, is price. I do make my own stamps, my own digital stamps. So if a stamp is too pricey and I think that I can create not the same thing, but something that I want, because I typically am a different style than most artists. So if I kind of like a stamp, but it's not quite what I want, and I don't really want to pay the price for something that's not quite what I want, then I'm going to draw it and just make my own digital stamp out of it. Because then I can change it to the way that I want it to be. If it's like, instead of a birthday theme, I need it to be a Valentine's theme. Then I will create the digital stamp myself. Because I'm not going to buy, you know, a cute fox stamp that's a birthday theme if I need a Valentine's Day theme. And especially if the price is just too high. It just doesn't make sense. So that's a great way to also decide when you're making your own digital stamps. Can you make this digital stamp, this piece of art, into what you want? Or is what you're looking at right now what you want, what you want to use? Because most of the time, if it's already there, I'm going to buy it, because that is a lot less work for me, and the stamp's probably only $2. So it's a lot easier to just buy the stamp than to create it. So it's a really interesting system of thoughts that go through my head when purchasing something. I don't know, do you guys have some sort of filtration or whatever to go through stamps? Sometimes I just see, you know, a dollar stamp and I'm like, that's cute, I'm just gonna buy it. It doesn't matter if it'll, you know, work 5 times. It's only $1, so it just depends, but that is my main reasoning. So that is all for today. I hope you guys are having a crazy day. I hope that it is good crazy, not bad crazy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys!